What's good, YouTube? It's your main man, AV the Hero, back again with another video. And in today's video, whoa, we got a banger from Lonzo and LaMelo on the same night. So we got to talk about it, but we're specifically going to talk about Lonzo's text and conversation with Zion in the mental, because I think what makes the Ball brothers interesting is not just the hoops, but it's the mental approach that they both approach the game with. When we talk about Melo and Zoe, let's get into it. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
With my dude, AV the Hero.
What's
well,
up?
we getting it down in the Ball State, baby.
Hey.
AB, way to get out of the way. Way to get out of the way.
What do you thought about that, Jay?
I like that. Yeah, I told you, he's a hustler for it.
Let's go. I'm out.
Hello. All right, so like I mentioned, we have been following, and so I want to set the table for y'all. So we're gonna watch two clips, one from Zion. He's gonna talk about Zoe a little bit, then we're gonna listen to Zoe talk, right? But I want you to listen to and think about LaMelo, because we watched a ton of LaMelo post-game interviews and stuff, and there's things that he just harkened back to, right? I get it from here, I do this, and I really just want to hear the mental that Zoe approaches the game with in LaMelo, and then and I feel like and you draw your own conclusions from there, all right? And we'll get into it, but y'all feel me, all right? Just listen to this here. But before we get into it, man, appreciate y'all liking the video, hitting the sub button, hitting the thumbs up, the notification, the whole vibe. Y'all know what it is, man. I appreciate y'all doing that. We've been growing. We at 11,000, on our way to 12,000 subs, man. We popping content and content. So in last night's game, let me pop this up. Ooh. And last night's game, we had the Warriors versus the Pelicans, all right? And so this was an important game because obviously it's play-in implications right now for the Pelicans in every game that they play, especially Western Conference games, especially versus the Warriors, who are also in that contention as well. But I said it was an important game because last night Lonzo had one of the worst shooting nights of his career. I believe he was 1 for 18 from the field. Terrible performance. However, he bounced back tonight, 33 points, 6 boards, 4 assists. You see this game, 53% from behind the arc, 47% from the field. A solid shooting night, which he's had a few of them lately. And I want to say this, I personally gotta give my dog Lonzo his flowers, because last year after the bubble, I was like, yo, I don't know what he gonna do. This is a critical season right now, and now this season has been a roller coaster a bit for him, but we're starting to see these 30-point, high 20-point games come a bit more consistently, and I think that is the type of stuff that will take him far in the future. Getting up there and adding the scoring to it, right? I think that his place in his team and the fit makes it hard for him to be as dynamic as Melo can be as far as assists and rebounds go right now, because LaMelo is outscoring him per game average, is outscoring and assisting him right now. So, but it's because he's got Zion and BI, so his usage rate looks a little bit different than Melo's can in a prime situation. Let's get into this clip here. All right, we're gonna listen to a little bit from Zion. We'll listen to some from Zoe.
I don't usually say stuff like this, but Lonzo, he texted me last night. He just said, my fault about last night, but I'm gonna be there tomorrow. And I think those are big words, and he showed us what he all about today. He came today. He showed out. A lot of respect for that.
What do you feel like?
What I appreciate about this is some genuine happiness. Now where I paused, it was not. But you hear him talking.
He all about today. He came today. He showed out.
That's genuine happiness right there from my dog Zion for Zoe. ZZ. Somebody throw that on there. But so that's genuine happiness, right? He showed out. I normally don't tell these type of stories, but I'm gonna tell you, he texted me and said he was coming back, and he did it. That's that LeVar right there now.
A lot of respect for that.
What do you feel like when you see a guy like that take that sort of responsibility for a game like that? Like what's going through your mind when you see that text?
I'm glad he's my teammate. You love to have teammates like that, that can say stuff like that and then come the next day and, show out. He just wants to win. And that's what I love about Lonzo. He wants to win, and he'll do whatever it takes to win.
What I feel like you can always appreciate is when the way that you would describe yourself, other people describe you, right? So if you listen to Lonzo talk, and it's not about the accolades or the points and all of that stuff. It's always about the W. It's always about the win. And so when you got your teammates saying, I want to have that dude on there because this is what he is, right? That's when your actions begin to start speaking louder than your words. And when your actions speak louder than your words, and people also value your words, that means your actions is screaming on her. You feel me? So when he talk and he say, yo, he texted me this and he said it and he came out and did it, that's another level. Let's clip over here. All right, so now they start to talk about, they ask Lonzo about the game and you know what I mean, and his transformation from one night to the next night. But there's some other things in here that I just want to point out. I think it's interesting listening to this, and so we'll go down that road. Probably won't listen to this whole thing. You can check it out on their channel if you want to, but let's go. It's kind of quiet, but he's basically saying Zion said that you reached out to him and all of that stuff. So he asking about that.
I just knew I let my team down, and I wasn't going to do that 2 nights in a row. I know the type of player I am, and I believe in myself. So I was very confident coming in tonight. I knew I wasn't going to shoot, 3 for 18 again. So
I think that this is fun, and I wish I could go back and find these clips. But there's times where you hear in the seasons where Lonzo was struggling and LeVar was talking to him, it was like, he ain't gonna be, you know what I mean? He was kind of giving that same, so you can hear the LeVar in that, right? Of just the affirmation of like, you're not going to be bad multiple nights. It's not gonna happen. I remember LeVar talking about that 5-game average and all of this stuff, right? So just having that mental understanding of like, you're not who you were, you are who you are.
I just wanted to let Z know I was there. I was going to be there with him tonight, and I did my best, doing that.
Just 2 30-point games in the last 3 times out. I guess, how are you feeling right now offensively? Obviously, you had a game last night. How are you feeling right now?
Just trying to get to my spots and take the shots that are open. Z and B.I. obviously draw a lot of attention. They've been drawing a lot of attention all year. So, when the shots open for me, just take them with confidence and live with the results.
How good did it feel when that first 3-point to kind of, did it help at all to kind of say, all right, this is definitely, I had a better night, this is going to happen now?
Like I said, I came in the game ready to go today. I was focused from the jump. I'm always happy when my first, 3 goes in, but whether it went in or not, I was going to take, every shot that was open tonight, and like I said, live with the results.
Here's what I'm saying. All right. Where I think that what we get the difference between LaMelo and Zoe, right, is like that, where he's like, tonight I came ready. No matter what, it didn't matter. I texted him, told him I was going to be locked in, and woo. Melo always locked in. I'm coming. You know what I mean? It's just the confidence levels. Tell me if y'all see that. Tell me if you. Sometimes I be tripping, and that's why I always say, yo, or I'm tripping. Let me know in the comment section. Can you see the difference, right? I think that and this is some my philosophy stuff, right? That I just personally believe, right? I think that it is so interesting to me, right? If you look at households, especially households with 3 kids, right? Because you can see it, no matter how close they are, how far apart. But what is so funny is that when you think about you grow up under the same parents, right? But like all of us, your parents are always changing and growing, and they learn new things and new ways to do things. So your first child's experience with the parents is going to be different than the second child or the third child. It could be the same house, the same four walls, but like each one of you all will pick up something different, right? And I think that the confidence that you see from a Zoe to a LaMelo to a Liam, it just, all the mental states of those things are so different, even though it's the same parents. They damn near grew up in the same house for the longest period of time. But it's just like some of those affirmations just hit a little bit harder when you're the youngest kid and you hear your dad saying that to the oldest kid. And you hear him saying it to the middle kid, then you hear him saying it to you, as opposed to when you hear those same affirmations for the first time being on for you, and you have to process, will this work or not? Whereas you're the youngest kid and you see and hear those affirmations and you say, yo, it's actually working. Look at my older brother getting buckets. Look at my, and so that's just some stuff that I pick up, but let's continue.
Just to touch briefly on the emotional side, I guess, of sports at this level, how upset do you have to be to send a text to a teammate after a game and kind of essentially apologize, but you do better the next time? Is that a pretty bad thing to do?
I mean, I hope so. I don't want to play too many bad nights, you know what I'm saying? But for me, like I said, I just felt like I let my team down. You know, I know what I could do on the court, and I didn't step up to the plate last game. And, you know, I wanted to be there for the guys tonight, especially Zion. You know, he's going out every night, basically, you know, getting 30 and 10 for us. So, you know, for me to have the type of performance I had yesterday, you know, it's pretty unacceptable, especially at this time of the year, and I wanted to fix it.
3 points you last season after you made a huge jump. What is it like to make a jump to free throw line this season?
Okay.
Just consistent work. Once again, all the credit goes to Fred. Staying in the gym with me, you know, staying on me and keeping me in the gym, really. A lot of reps, a lot of consistency, and just doing the same thing every time I step up there.
Obviously, you're talking about Fred, who must be a trainer, helping him with his free throw shots. I just think that it's so interesting that, like, with these specific questions about the mental focus and then the tailing back, like a LaMelo interview, and I'll be honest with y'all, I don't watch a ton of Zoe's interviews at this point. However, every time you start to get into like the mental of the basketball or the past or how do you become, there's a LeVar thing. So it was just funny for me to hear him say somebody else's name and credit him for his game kind of progressing and doing all that stuff. You can go through here and check this out. There's actually the post-game interview after this, right, on the court, and he doesn't say like I get it from my dad like Melo does, but they're asking him about, you know, the bounce back and the playing the ball and all that stuff. He's like, yo, I just from being a kid, you know what I mean? And I do think that is one of the big similarities between these guys, is that a lot of the things that you see from them on the court today, they can directly tie back to when I was a child and I used to do this in the backyard and all of that stuff. And I say this all of the time. This is why it is so important for us as parents and us as mentors of young folks to really be pouring into life, because you may not realize it, but there is opportunity to create these type of experiences that then 25 years old, 20 years old, 30 years old, you're looking back and saying, I remember when I learned this as a jitterbug. But she made me a big hero. We finna get up out of here.
No, not peace. +1, triple B's. We out.
There it is.